Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Virgo for April 2021. Keep in mind, my friends, it's a general message. Take what you feel resonates for you, disregard the rest. Go about today, my friends, and know that no matter what messages do come through, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in this world to get whatever fulfillment it is you'd like to see. To me, that's personal freedom, personal power. It lies at the tips of our fingers and at the soles of our feet. So use your power to do wisely. And also remember to keep an open heart and a discerning mind throughout this, my friends. So for all my subscribers, I just want to say I love you, love you, love you from the bottom of my heart. You guys mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you feel like it resonates and you'd like to see more of it, please hit subscribe, join the journey with me, and let me encounter your energy more often. It would be wonderful to have you along this ride. And if this does resonate for all of you guys, please help me circulate the message, smash the like button, help me reach a farther audience. Your support is truly, truly appreciated. So before I get into the messages, I just want to take a moment to call on spirit. I'm going to ask my team of light to join me, Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, as well as any of your spirit guides who would like to join that are here for the highest good of the entire collective. So I'm going to ask these guides to guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you guys who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, but delivering messages that are only for the most far-reaching of you guys, but the highest good. So no second-rate messages coming through here today. So time is fluid, guys. Even though I'm asking Spirit to deliver a message for April 2021, it may still resonate if you get it in a different year, different month. It may be actually picking up on a situation from the past, a past life, something you're currently going through right now, or something that hasn't actually happened. So like I said, keep a discerning mind, my friends, and take what you feel is for you. Literally disregard the rest, because when we hold on to things that aren't for us, we create kind of self-fulfilling prophecies is what I'm hearing, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so I've pulled the cards. I apologize if you hear my kids in the background. They are on April break, so you may hear them. I'm going to pull first off a message of advice for some spiritual advice, guys, from the Work Your Light Oracle, and this is for Virgo. And you get the Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher. We also had that came out, Protection, Call Back Your Power, Cut the Cords, Soul Retrieval. As well as the last card that came out, Share Your Voice, Come Out of Your Cave, Persecution, and Expression. And this is a really wonderful message actually so far. They're telling me to take the bottom as well. The bottom is transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing is occurring right now. With this, I think that you may be asked or guided towards a certain teacher this month. You may be guided towards a certain healer. You may be learning things. You may even be guided to become a teacher this month, a teacher of many, many different things. What I heard is stuff from the metaphysical world, but you have knowledge within you and within your heart that is beneficial for the entire world. So share your voice, my friends. Share your voice with your family, share your voice with your loved ones, share your voice with your colleagues, and share your voice with the world. For some of you, I'm hearing YouTube. For some of you, work on your YouTube channel. This is one of the places where we can get our messages out, we can get our voice out, we can be heard, and it's your own making. You get to create with your style, right? So you own the means of production. If you have a camera, if you have your phone, set it up, my friends, and if that part called to you, do it. Don't worry about judgments of other people or anything like that. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to your own creative power. Harness that, because you are also protected to do this, is what I'm hearing. And for many of you as well, if YouTube is what you're thinking, or TikTok, or whatever social media platform it is that you want to use to share your voice, it's going to help you, I feel like, a lot in your active transformation. So it says there are things changing on a cellular level. Deep healing is happening. What I'm feeling from this is, I heard the words self-acceptance. It's finally time to realize that your voice is important. Your voice needs to be heard, as well as there may be people going through something similar to what you've went through that you can help. I also heard the words projections, or projection of the mind as well. So if you are fearful of putting your face out there into the world or putting yourself forward. Don't worry about other people's judgments and stuff like that. They are projections. As well as when we're worried about judgment and we put ourselves on hold because we're worried about what other people are going to think, we're already assuming projections from them. So this may be stuff of our fears that we need to go through. Spirit's pretty adamant though with the Sisterhood of the Rose to focus on the beauty. I'm going to give you a little bit of a reading from the book on this one for the Sisterhood of the Rose because I feel like it's important. But I opened right up to transformation. So I want to tell you the Work Your Light activation for this to help you along on your transformation. It says to hold the card by your heart, but you don't have the card, right? So you can take your hand, palm here with your energy centers, hold it over your heart center. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And let's say, I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at a cellular level. I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen on a cellular level. I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at a cellular level. And this is really important, I feel like, in Spirit's reminding me because it goes with your free will, that you are asking Spirit to help you. You are saying with your free will, I want to change at a cellular level. I want to transform. I heard transpire. I want to be different. And this isn't a, you want to be different from who you've been your whole life. It's that you're transforming out of, I heard, negative self-belief systems and negative paradigms or ideas and judgments. And judging even who you truly are. This is more of a becoming, I heard, a becoming into who you are. And you are absolutely protected to do this. So call back your power, my friends. Realize that the power you need, it's right here. The power to do. This is important as well because if you feel like, I heard, like energy leeches or anything, like dragging your energy off into all of these different directions that you don't feel are authentic to you, cut those cords, my friends. Cut those energetic cords. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. I heard two things at once. I heard energetic cords and visualize. So this is really important when we're cutting cords. It could be with a certain person, a past lover, or even a current lover, just somebody that you feel like there's an energy tied to and there's a drain. Just imagine the cords being cut. It doesn't mean the relationship with this person won't still exist. If it's something that you really want to be here, but it's going to energize and cleanse out those cords as well. So I heard definitely important cords of attachment. And with protection, this also talks about soul retrieval. As we heal on a cellular level, this is also, I feel like, going to be opening places where you're realizing that there may be an emptiness, is what I heard, or there's something missing. If you felt like there's something missing, this is really important as well to call back that soul, call back those pieces of your soul to be healed, to come back to you now with love and to help you transpire. The word is transpire, to inspire, to be inspired, and to be able to I heard change on a positive level or create change on a positive level. So I was going to read you Sisterhood of the Rose before I got sidetracked, but also with protection, I just want to find the mantra, I guess is what we'd call it. Your Sisterhood of the Rose, and then I'll look for protection because I lost it all over again. But the Sisterhood of the Rose is a lineage of priestesses and mystics who devoted their lives to serving humanity and seeding light consciousness all over the earth. A cross-section of ancient lineages, it is the path and devotion of beauty. Walking this path means being devoted to seeing and creating beauty wherever you go. The rose symbolizes the heart and the sacred geometry of all life. You are being called to notice the beauty around you, particularly in nature, and hear the whispers of Mother Earth. You're being called to spend more time in nature, as all the ancient secrets live there. Mother Earth is constantly whispering. Spend some time admiring her creations, and you will be rewarded with insight and grace. You are being called to take a little more time to both notice the beauty that exists all around you and to contribute to the beauty of the world in your own way too. This could be through your own creations or through little things like how you dress to picking flowers for your home. Every time you devote your time to creating beauty, you harmonize this planet a little more, and the shift in vibration can be felt. So surrounding yourself with beauty and creating beauty wherever you go is one of the ways to help integrate this a little bit more. But with these that soul retrieval with protection as well, I feel like this is going to happen just naturally and organically the more that you work your light, the more that you work your magic, the more that you create, because you've got a lot of stuff to create in that mind of yours and that head of yours, and it needs to come out. So here's where it's like, know that it's okay to do it. It's okay to have power, that it's okay to be beautiful. It's encouraged to be beautiful, even if at this point all it is that you can spread beauty through physical appearance wherever you go. Do that, my friends, and shine. I'm hearing the words take notice, and be noticing of who's noticing you as well. But I think sometimes as well it's important to know that this energy that we have as we go around, we may be needing to just to physically beautify ourselves, that we're drawing attention, but it's the energy and light within us that we carry that's actually spreading more beauty out to the world, because you may actually have a lot more interactions as well. You stand out, people are wanting to talk to you, but the energy that you have, this voice that you need to share, this is where the energy flow goes, is what I'm hearing. And the transformation happens as well, because you are helping to seed the light on this planet by just existing, by being, and by going and doing your everyday things and saying hi to people and smiling. You're sharing a little bit of your light with them wherever you go. So with protection, there's a huge part of this, and I actually want to go through with it with you. It says to hold the card on the chakra or chakras that need cleaning and repeat the following. So however you feel like this, for some of you, it could be your throat. You feel like your throat needs a little bit clearing. Could be your heart. I'm going to hold this over my throat. You choose wherever you want to. And we'll read this over here. I'm only going to do it once because it is quite lengthy, and then we'll move into the tarot. Take that deep breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. I call back any lost soul fragments, power, or light now. Any vows, soul contracts, hexes, or programs from the past or present, from this life or others, that are not in the highest good of all, I relinquish now. Any power or light that I have willingly or unwillingly given away or had taken from me, I call back now. Any cords or attachment from this life or others, I release now for the highest good of all. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. So this is really important. Again, one of these things I find the most beneficial is just our active free will, the power of our voice, and to really help bring that in, I feel like the power of 3 is really important, but this is something that you can do, right? It's not a crazy formula on how to do it. It's just saying that you're calling back any fragments of soul pieces that have left you, but what I would say is you want them to come back healed, right? Cutting any cords of attachment. My head is kind of sore after that, so guys, take it easy with yourself. It's a little cleansing for some of you. You may be really, really needing that. For others of you, you may feel kind of nauseous, I heard, or gross after. Take a bath, take care of yourself. Make sure that you are calling back whole, healed fragments, though. We're not asking for the part that's still stuck in the meat and gravy of hurt to come back, because we're going to experience that a little bit, okay? So I'm going to move on now to the Wildwood Tarot, and we're going to get a little bit of guidance going forward here, or tarot advice, however Spirit would like to give it to me. And actually, they showed me 2 things, because I dropped the top card, which here would be the Wren, or the Page of Swords, Page of Arrows, and the bottom is the 10 of Arrows, or dedication. And this, I feel like, is actually really important, and it's really I'm hearing wonderful, because obviously it's wonderful, but there is a message coming to you, or this is you deciding that there's a conversation that needs to be had. This could be you listening to this going, I do need to do a little bit of cord cutting. I do need to do a little bit of soul searching. I do need to do a little soul retrieval. And it starts in our head, but taking actions. And there is something I'm hearing is the power of intention. It is so important. It is so strong. And that is where a lot of our magic lies. Our brains are these super powered computers. And they help us function on a day to day. They help us talk. They help us communicate. They help us think. They help us create. But they also have a magnetism that I think a lot of us aren't aware of. And when we're trying to manifest things, when we're trying to pull what we want to the universe from us, a lot happens in our head. So this is a place as well as using, I heard, positive reinforcement, as well as those kinds of manifestation tools, visualizing as well. And this is something that some of you may be new to, some of you may be seasoned at, but this is just dedication. As well as what I'm hearing when it comes down to the rule of 3 is if you have sort of negative thoughts or negative thought projection, if you're having a low day, you're thinking horrible about yourself, if you're not quite sure how to communicate, there's a few different things I'm hearing. Okay, one is if we're having anxiety or difficulty communicating, if we're in a state of like arousal, but not necessarily in a great way, it's like this kind of fight or flight, or we're just starting to feel even anxiety build and we're getting a little frustrated, upset, we feel like we're going to blow our gasket. This is where Spirit's like, take 3 deep breaths in. Take that breath in through your nose, hold it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, however long you can, and then release it out through your mouth. And do this a few times. And notice how your demeanor, how your thoughts are a little bit clearer at the end of this, okay? But also, this is if a negative thought does come and it's something you just can't shake, change it. Change that script. Flip it. So instead of, let's use the example of a YouTube channel back, because this is the one that's coming, is that if you're worried about going forward because of other people's judgments, and you know your internal narrative is people are going to laugh at me, they're going to say, you know, horrible things and mean things. Well, there's a few things I'm going to say about that. First, you can remove the comments. You don't have to hold it there. You do not have to internalize it. And if there are negative people that are going to, oh God, I'm going to use the words I heard, shit on your parade, okay? If there's people that are going to do that, whatever. Don't listen to them. Delete the comments. Tell yourself again. Be like, okay, well, not tell, but ask. Be like, was there anything true about that? Did it trigger me? Why? Is there a possibility this person's just a mean troll and feels crappy about themselves and needs to spread a little bit of crap out into the world? When we're telling ourselves we can't do this, we're not going to be good at this, change it and tell yourself 3 positive things, 3 great things that could happen. So instead of saying, oh, I'm not going to do this because I'm afraid that people are going to make fun of me, they're going to laugh at me, they're going to think I'm stupid, they're going to think that I'm crazy, or all those things, be like, you know what? I'm being creative. I'm allowing my creative expression to shine forth into the world, that not everyone will share my joy for this project, and that's okay. You know, just changing it around. It's not denying yourself either. It's stopping those thought forms and projections that are going to like pick at you and stop you from what your goal is. And you know what? Nobody's perfect the first time. Practice, practice, practice. That's what this is about as well. Is that if you, again with the channel, but it could be a lot of other things, if your first take sucks, delete it. Or if your first take is great and you feel like you'd like to share it, upload it. If your first take you're not quite sure, still upload it. Because you know what I find, like, and here's a great example with tarot. Sometimes you're doing a reading, you have no idea. I don't know who it's for, right? Just picking up what I'm feeling. But you have no idea who may benefit from this. So the thing is that there's times where, you know, you may be reading something and the energy is just, you don't think it makes sense. It's not what you wanted to read. There's where it's like, don't second guess yourself. Don't delete it just because you think that, you know, this message is silly or makes no sense, because it may actually make sense to someone else, okay? If that makes any sense, like I'm saying, okay? But there's something really important, and I think it's happening here with the DNA on the cellular level as well. It's happening in our headspace as well, which is important because we have to convince ourselves that we're able to do this, that we're worthy of this as well before we even allow ourselves to start. And you know what? I think that by doing, you're going to get a lot better at it. So whatever it is, whatever creations it is, post those creations, my friends. Share your voice with the world, because it is important. And there is something that you are supposed to scream at the mountaintops loud, so that everybody in the little foothills will hear you. Okay, I'm hearing Katy Perry, that Roar song. They're going to hear you roar. And if there's people that have put you down in the past, they're not going to do that anymore. I think this is also about vibrating on such a high level that you're beyond those points, that you're beyond criticism, that even if people may criticize you, or they may have valid points as well, this is you're receiving it constructively rather than allowing it to really break you down, is what I heard, or cause a breakdown. So you have the seer here as well, which coming out with the sisterhood of the rose and the mystic and the teacher is beautiful, because I feel like this is also really honoring your roots, honoring as well your divine feminine understanding and knowledge, regardless of how you identify. If you identify more as a man, or if you identify more as a woman, this isn't about that, because we both embody both polarities at all times. So this is really understanding. If you see her hand, the power. When you put your hands out like this, do you feel anything? So one thing I'm being guided to say is, if you are kind of new to the energy, the energy world, I guess is what I'm going to say. It's hard to explain what I'm saying. But one thing you can do if you're trying to test out is, how can you feel energy? Let's take a couple rocks, okay? It could be anything of your liking. Could be rocks, could be artifacts. And take your hand and go above each one. So you can do this if you have a bunch of crystals. My hand wants to go on this one. But if you have a bunch of crystals, or if you had, different items or artifacts, or if you're at a store and you're not sure which thing needs to come home with you, take your energy, because it's going to tell you. And just feel out the different energies of each different stone, of each different thing. And you're going to feel a real pull. My spirit still wants me to take this. This is the peacock ore. But feel it out, right? Does your hand feel pulled? Does it get hot? Does it get tingly? This, I feel like, is really important. I'm definitely picking up for some of you, Reiki is important, that you, and learning to harness universal energy is important as well. But I think this is also about gaining trust. So if it is for sure about like crystals, apologize if you hear my birds loud too, guys. But this is a really great way to start trusting in your energy and your ability to feel energy as well. So the yellow calcite for me, this could also be for you guys as well, though, just depending on how, what you gravitated towards. I'm sorry, I'm getting so tongue-tied. But just for any of you interested, I have a piece, I believe this is black obsidian. It could be onyx as well. I'll show you, because it has a little cut in it here, but I like this little guy. We have some rose quartz. This is, the real name starts with a CH, but the other name is peacock ore, yellow or honey calcite, and then we have a chunk of blue calcite. So any of those I feel like might actually help you guys. Oh, they're telling me don't forget the lava stone. If you are feeling like you need to deal with, I heard, like negative projections as well, or if you have a lot of anger or anxiety welling up and building in you, this could be really great too, because lava stone is taking that lava where we have obsidian, and it's going to create this beautiful like glass texture. This one is a little bit more raw, so it can definitely help a lot with your negative emotions, but also I heard anger, because it's learning how to take that volatility and that ferociousness and that destructive nature of the volcano and something that we can hold on to. Okay, a lot of people as well use these for diffusing their oils. But I'm going to get a few more messages out here. But I do definitely feel like her hand and the power under there, that was really important. I think that while you are feeling your genetic makeup kind of change, you recalibrate. And while you're feeling, the change happening on a cellular level, really trust that intuitive nature. Trust that intuition. Could also be because I was feeling like my head and my third eye after we did that soul connection or that soul retrieval kind of thing. I feel like that's what this could be too, is that there's parts of you that long to understand the mysteries of the world and that long to use this energy, this third eye crown energy. And even while I'm putting my hand here, my hand is, there's an energy to be felt, okay? So I think this is really important. And I think also energy work is screaming out really, really loud. This may even be just for you to get your head around it, to start understanding it. And two, this, I heard logical brain. This is getting your logical brain in here to be like, you know what? There is where with the seer, I heard seeing is believing. Feeling is believing. Some people may tell you, you can't read energy. You're freaking crazy. Well, you know what? Don't listen to them. And stop absorbing their energy. So something black would definitely help. Obsidian. I love onyx as well. I wear a lot of onyx in my day-to-day world. But just doing something to not absorb their stuff, as well as when I'm hearing too, is if you are doing energy work with someone or anything like that, make sure to wash your hands and break the connection and kind of just like free yourself up after. It's my mom's words coming in there. So I'm going to take one last message, please Spirit, one parting message from this deck, and then I'll grab an Earth Magic Oracle and we will say goodbye. Tell me about the seer. It's the invisible worlds. Thank you. And that's energy, though. The energy can be seen. We can see it in terms of like plasma or rainbows in the sky, right? We can feel it. In many ways, we can touch it, right? We can touch this, but it is made of energy. My table took a lot of energy for however many trees it took for this to be born. And the same with these cards, right? It took a lot of energy for these to be created. So I feel like this is just really understanding the connections to everything, and energy is super, super important right now. You have the 10 of Bows with his responsibility, and I feel like the hard work has been done. For some of you, you may be working really, really hard to make ends meet. You may have been working super hard to get your head around something, and it's caused a lot of struggle. And we have two particular 10s here. There's an ending to something. This could also, though, be like a brand new beginning, because we've been dedicated and we worked through the hard stuff. We followed our responsibilities, and now it's time really to also, I heard there's a responsibility, your divine responsibility. They're showing me protection as well, but reminding me of what you, what your soul chose to do before you incarnated. So your soul lessons, your soul, I heard manifest too though, but like more like an airplane, right? Your soul manifest on the locations and the things that you said that you would do. But this is also about the energy that you're going to bring to the world and the healing that you're going to allow to happen, and that's going to be done through you. So this came off, which is the shaman and the magician. It lies at the tips of your fingers, and you're already equipped to do this. You just need to let that judgment go. And then at the bottom here, 7 of Stones with healing as well. For some of you, a decision being made. The decision could be the decision to heal. The decision could also be for you to use your power and your dedication, and this could be you healing other people. This could be energy work as well. But I feel like with the 1 and the 2, this is also balancing out our masculine and feminine creative powers to knowing your ability to manifest, and that when you're given a vision, it may be so big and so large at first you're not quite sure what to do with it, but know that in time you will understand. The time will come when you already have all these tools for the making, and it's just up to how you put it together. So I hope this part helps. I'm going to leave you with one parting message from the Earth Magic Oracle here for Virgo, and we get 2 messages. I love that we got rainbow here and blessings, and it's in the reverse, but these cards don't really go with reversals. I think though, however, this is if you have kind of blockages in seeing our blessings, this is where Spirit's saying, you know what, we need to heal, because we have so many blessings. And if we think our world is not blessed, we're not seeing the bigger picture. We're not seeing clearly. We're focusing on the few moments of heartache and anguish and hurt and fear, and allowing them to create this narrative of what our life looks like. It's really time to heal that, because there's movement happening here. There's a lot of things I'm hearing going with the flow, but rivers are important because they're connecting, right? Rivers connect. The blood connects with our body as well, but this water can go around many different twists and turns, and it's collecting water as well. It's collecting water coming out of the rocks and moving itself into a bigger body of water. And I think this is important for you as well, to understand. I'm hearing the river Styx. I'm not really biblical. However, I really like the band The Tea Party, and they actually made a song called The River Styx. But it's also, for some of you, that may be important to look at. But the movement here is don't stop moving. Because when this river stops moving, if it gets dammed up or if it gets stagnant, this is where you're going to have like leeches, a lot of pond scum, algae, and stuff that's not really good for life. And then a whole bunch of places down the river is going to be starving for water. So watering everything in accordance with how it's meant to be done, following the natural rules of the world, but to realize that one step at a time, even the slowest movement is still movement. And that's what Spirit's saying to do here. Move one step at a time, follow the instructions you've been given, and be dedicated on whatever you're working with. But most importantly, share your voice, because you have something to say, my friends. So that's the message I have. I hope it helps. I hope it resonates. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.